up a little bit. Sorry about that, you guys. So this program is basically something I developed with Jordis while I worked for him as his assistant. We took his business from going to about 3 deals a month to doing 8 and 10 transactions a month, with about half of them coming from this program. Basically is going to show you how to take agents, add them to your database, put them on long-term nurtures, just like you would any other customers in command. Like I said earlier, when you guys couldn't hear me, this is kind of assuming that you guys know how to create emails and text messages and smart plans and all that good stuff. I don't have time to go through the intricacies of that, but I'll show you the exact smart plans and everything that I used. The first thing I want to show you guys is how to actually get agents from everywhere into your database. This isn't something that a lot of agents know how to do. And it's super, super useful, and it's pretty simple. The first thing you're going to do is go to referrals in your command profile. You're going to click on map. And you guys can see my screen as well, right? Let's make sure that that's not screwed up.
Yes, we do see your screen.
Okay, cool. On the map, you're going to go over here to this menu. You're going to click on market centers. And here is every market center in the country. So the point is to take, do some research, get a feel for where people are moving from. It's not the easiest data to get, but you can probably bet that tons of people are always going to be coming from Chicago, the Midwest, upstate New York. Those seem to be Arizona for some random reason. Those seem to be the most popular ones continuously. When I first started, I just decided that I was going to add every agent that met my criteria in the state of Florida. Give it a sec, takes a second to process. So once you zoomed in enough to see the individual market center, you can click on the market center. And over on the right is the list of every single agent that is in this particular market center. For the purposes of my goals, I don't want to waste my time adding, non-producing agents or people that are on large teams, because the odds that they're going to respond to you randomly reaching out isn't great. So what I want to do is target specific individual agents that have a moderate production level. So over here, you can filter the search results. I'm going to go with, say, they've closed at least 10 units in the past year. Apply the filter. Everything down here, so it's going to list it also. Filter by closed units. So the top of this list are the top producing agents in the market center. Everything that has a team associated with it, it's obviously on a team, so I'm going to skip them. Now once I find a person that meets my criteria, I'm just going to go ahead and click their name. And that's going to go to their marketing profile. This is completely up to you. I prefer agents that have a bio. In your marketing profile, you can choose to list your numbers. Here's their contact information. Personally, I'm not going to add them because I don't know anything else about them. So I'm going to skip that. See, this is good enough for me. She's been with KW for a little while. Her numbers are decent. Her numbers are good. And then I have her contact information. From here, I'm essentially just going to copy and paste her information, just like you would creating a normal contact. The difference being, I'm also going to create a specific tag for them, this is going to sound backwards at first. The reason I'm showing you this first. I'm going to create a specific tag for them, like A2A referral program, something like that. Because once you create your smart plans, you have all your email campaigns and your text campaigns, whatever you want already set up. You can set it up to where it's automatically triggered by a tag that you give them. So when you enter in, so if I put this person into my contact list and then I tag them as agent referral program, I don't have to worry about also putting them on a smart plan manually. It'll just trigger automatically as soon as I add them. But that's essentially it as far as finding people to add to your database. It's tedious. I would spend at least a couple hours every week adding people. I ended up adding about 4,000 people to my database from all across the country. It's a lot of upfront work, especially with where we're going next is harder than this is actually like creating the individual smart plans and campaigns. But once you have them established, you don't have to worry about them ever again. Like I say, Jordis, he hasn't touched his real estate systems for a good 5 months now, and he still gets at least 2 deals a month just from these kind of systems. So it's a lot of work up front, but once you do the work, it just keeps paying off over and over again for potentially years and years and years. So any questions so far? So that's the first stage, is learning how to use the referral map to actually add contacts. You guys good? Nothing on Zoom? No? Okay. Well, I'm going to move on to the trickier part of this then, which is actually creating a smart plan. I am. So I made this handout. If you guys on Zoom put your emails in the chat, I'll be able to look up your emails and send this to you. This is nothing KW official. This is something that I just created for my own purposes. But it basically walks you through what I just talked about, and then tips for your smart plans. The goal when you're creating these email campaigns and these text campaigns is to not worry about the actual referral. The point is to build relationships, because there's 3 million people. Anyone that you give a customer to, they're gonna offer you some sort of kickback. They're gonna offer you some sort of referral bonus. The reason we've had so much success with this is because and you'll see once I show you the actual smart plans, we're building and developing actual relationships where other agents are getting to know why they should give our business to us, why we're worth taking their business, why their customers are going to be in good hands, why they should maintain continuous, actual, lasting relationships. So if you only get one takeaway from this, it's that is this program, just like anything else, any other smart plans, campaigns, automated everything, phone calls, it's about customer service, building relationships and adding value to people, and building relationships with other agents is no different. So I'll send you this. It's basically, like I said, this is basically what I just explained on how to operate the referral side of things, and then the rest of it is tips on how to actually build stuff, which I'll email it to you. I'll have you take a look at, but it's basically just about building value. The last part that I want to show you is actual emails. I'm logged in under Jordis's profile. So at the time of creating this, smart plans were only allowed to be 90 days long. I think now they're at like just under a year long. So I have a bunch of different smart plans that roll into each other, but you're not going to need to do that. These are only 90 days long. Show an example of the first ones that I created. Disclaimer, this is when I was just kind of just learning how to use command, so these are going to be a little more basic, and if I could go back and fix them, I would. So brief introduction. It is have a video basically that Jordis made, just taking, like, he has a boat that he takes out with his daughter. He just made a montage of how awesome Southwest Florida is. A brief introduction of himself, and then I created a map of the areas that he covers, because we're reaching out to people from all over the country. They're not going to know where Collier County or Lee County is, right? So I tried to make it easy for him. Listed the areas that he's going to be, or that he services, and that's it. That's it for the first one. The thing is, we're putting them on campaigns that I'll show you the text campaigns after this. But the plan is, and what we implemented here, we're sending them one email a day, or a month rather, talking about the referral fee, giving them like a little piece of information they don't have. We're sending him a text at the same time that basically says the same thing, and then has a link to the video that we made. He has his own YouTube channel. There are other ways to embed the videos in command. There's kind of a rule is videos are, they get a better response than pictures. Pictures get a better response than just text. And so we took the time and created just a bunch of different videos, which I'll show you in a second. And these next couple are largely the same thing. The thing you want to remember is you want to in every email, you want to include that you're offering, whatever referral fee you want. At the time, 20 to 25% was like standard. 25% was like a little high, and so we just went with 30, just to make a little better. Things are probably a little more competitive now. 30% probably, it might not sound that great to other people in this market right now. So use your judgment on what you want to offer. But the things I really want to show you, so basically these three things, it's kind of, hey, referral fee. Hey, here's a little bit. But when we ended up getting pretty down into the weeds about stuff where we, after my first 3 months, we decided we wanted to up the ante, or like up our game a little bit. And so down here, we created a video, get to know me. Same thing, like mentions the 30% referral fee, but that's not our focus at all. So I'm gonna play this for you guys. I'm sorry if this skips out on you for people watching on Zoom.
I'm frustrated with developers who are teaching people more. I serve as a Southwest Florida market and Collier County. I'm growing here in Southwest Florida and around the real estate industry. It was only natural that I would end up in some amazing business that we are in. I truly have a passion for what I do, which is great because I really don't want to feel like I'm working. What I love most about real estate is that we find team and trusted professionals who make a difference in the life of our customers, whether it's buying or selling a home. Nothing excites me more than to see a customer each year goes through goals. But I believe is unique about is that when it comes to working with people, the customer experience matters the most to me. I pride myself on creating great things that love working with me and insist that their friends and family work with me. When I'm not in my business, I give back to our agents, part of the agent leadership council here in my office, and also instructor for Florida Educational Services. And I truly have a passion just for helping people that my peers as well. My goal is to be a real estate partner here in the Southwest Florida market. I look forward to working with your two firms.
Right, so it's pretty basic, right? And it's, in my opinion, that's like leagues better than most. That adds so much more value than like a normal marketing email, right? Like you're not just spamming someone, you're actually giving them a personal sense of who you are, what value you offer, and then we just continue to go from there. So in that video, Jordan mentioned that he's an FES coach, and everyone says that customer service is our number one priority, right? Our strength was that Jordan actually taught classes on it, right? So this is the next email that went out, a month later.
As an instructor for one of the classes that is called and our performance expectations over time. Providing a great experience is one of the things that my team and I really truly pride ourselves on. And we want you to be confident that when you send us a referral, that they will be in good hands. Between our executive assistant, transaction coordinator, showing agents, and myself, your customers will feel valued and thank you for connecting them to us. We look forward to serving the referrals here in Southwest Florida.
So the goal of that when we create that is what actually makes Jordan unique. So if you have a particular strength, highlight that, right? because he was an educator on customer service, he can make the claim like, hey, I know what I'm talking about as far as customer service. It didn't seem like a generic, like, hey, your customer will get the best treatment. So that's why we're able to say that. But it basically just went like that. We had a text campaign that followed along with the email campaign that they got put on at the same time. So every 30 days, they received an email and a text that basically went along with the theme of the email with a link to the video. But you can see how that would be, stand out a little more than just a generic, like, hey, choose me for your referral partner, right? A lot of time goes into it, a lot of effort. Like, I wrote scripts for those videos that he had to follow along with. We had to plan them out to figure out how to not make them all the same, right? It's a lot of work up front, but like I say, it's pretty automatic once it gets going. Jordis is still in regular contact with thousands of agents, and you'll be amazed at the number of people that actually respond to your emails and texts. Through command, you'll get a bunch of text responses like, hey, great video. I'd love to be referral partners with you. This is my contact information. Hit me up anytime. And I'll share examples of my texts as well. The big takeaway on this is taking the time up front to develop a system that's of quality is the way to go. And once agents were responding to us, we kept in constant contact with them, whether it was through email or text. Coming up with the actual content is going to be the hard part. I gave examples in the packet that I'll send out to you guys, and then I gave you guys basic like format of kind of what we did and ideas of like how to structure and schedule everything. But creating the wording, creating the videos is you have to sit down and put your artist hat on. Just scroll through these. Honestly, that's essentially it. The main takeaways from this training is how to actually navigate the referral program, and then to give examples of how you need to set your email and text campaigns apart from other people by actually like adding value. Is there anything else that you would like me to go over? Anything that I glossed over? Any questions you have? Zoom people?
Good job, Erick. Thank you.
Yeah. Like I say, I'll send you over the packet. I know it's pretty quick. I glossed over something that is actually, the whole process is pretty tedious, but it's well worth it, I promise.
I imagine the content that you've developed for Jordis is proprietary, or are there templates available from the work that he's done that could be a baseline that could be custom?
It 100% is not proprietary. I basically listed the outline in the packet that I sent you of exactly the content that I have. If you would like, I could send you kind of screenshots, or you could come in or schedule a Zoom call, and I can sit with you and actually go through each individual part of the smart plan. But yeah, no, it's definitely not proprietary. Jordis is all about getting this information out there to everyone that he possibly can to share the wealth.
Okay, very good. Let me get set up here and then I'll sit with you and create some smart plans. That'd be good.
Yeah, I'd love that, Paul.
Thank you.
Anything else? I know I'm pretty succinct about stuff. I scheduled an hour and took half that. So, you guys good?
I'm good.
All right, cool. All right, thanks a lot, Paul. I appreciate you.
Take care.
I'll be emailing you soon with the packet. Make sure you in my email you'll have my cell number, everything. Text, email me whenever, and we can set up an appointment. Okay.
Okay, that'd be good. I was over at Neighbor yesterday and turned in all my application material, whatever. The only hang up, if you may, is converting my sole proprietary broker to become a broker associate under Jeff. And as you saw yesterday, I signed the paperwork when he stuck his head into the meeting. And so if you see or hear any conversation of that, I'm trying to accelerate that so I can get on the MLS and then on Remind and all that.
Yeah,
So
of course. Yeah.
I may be talking to you about how to do that. If you see or hear about, that's what I'm waiting on.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll poke Jeff a little bit this afternoon to see what he can do for you.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Have a good one, Paul.
Thank you very much.